I
I once when I moved over from Serbia to Czech Republic, I've tried to translate Serbian jokes into like English. Nah.
mm,
Not even if it's a pun, it's a cultural thing. It's like when people just it's kind of a cultural thing locally that you use those kind of phrasing for those things. But yeah, hello and good morning. Welcome to Monday's
yeah.
edition of Bean Streaming. I hope you all had an amazing weekend and you all had a good start to this Monday. Um, Welcome to this show where my buddy Cobus and I, or not Darko and not Cobus, we talk about a lot of tech related things. So this is a very
Yes.
easygoing podcast, not a podcast. This is a
Oh,
very easygoing stream where we kind of discuss various tech topics relating to the cloud. We love to have your input on the chat. We have a lot of amazing folks coming here every time on stream. So we're happy to have you again here. And today's talk is well, to talk. Today's discussion or our things we're going to be doing today are kind of around building a small website for us, where we're going to host
yes.
some of our future recordings and podcasts and content and this stuff. So we're gonna try to make to build it today. Now, I'm not sure what we're gonna use. I have an inkling. I think we're gonna
Yes.
use this thing, but I have not actually asked Cobus if we're gonna be doing it because Cobus is leading this. And
Yes.
I will be letting him to explain that in a moment. But to explain kind of a bit more, this show happens every Monday and every Friday at 11 a.m. Central European time or South African time. I'm not sure how it's gonna happen when we change time zones. I guess it's gonna stay the same for you, and it's gonna move
Mm.
1 hour later for me or before.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I think
at
we'll put a
this
reminder up.
at this fixed solar time, if at this time we need to switch to UTC, and
Yes.
yeah, at this time UTC happens every Monday and every Friday as well. So, but also on top of that, stay tuned. Most likely this week we're gonna have a special episode of Streaming on the Rocks, which is basically this same concept, except we could talk about a very specific more interesting topic, dare I say it. And it happens in the evenings while we have a drink of our favorite alcohol beverage. So,
Yes.
but we're gonna be announcing that, so make sure to follow us on the medias and the Twitches and the YouTubes and whatnots. So,
And all the bits here at the bottom.
and all
Actually,
the bits
let
here
me
at the
just fix
bottom,
my
which
chair.
are not visible right now because we have a little
Yes.
bar above. But that being
There
said,
we go. So there's our things. Yeah.
there's our
So what are
things.
we getting into? First, quickly, hi everyone. Sorry if I've been quiet. I'm frantically clicking in the background because we are going to be very hands-on today, very into the reads, setting things up. So, as Darko mentioned, we are bringing streaming on the rocks back. So
Yes.
to do that, we want to record some podcasts and well, record these sessions. So there'll be what we'll do is the format is slightly different, where we actually do a lot more speaking and less clicking on the
Yeah.
screen because it's hard to translate clicking on the screen into a podcast often. And what we want to do there is that we want to make this content obviously available and discoverable.
Yeah.
So we have decided we want to create a new GitHub organization to share all of our stuff that we are doing with descriptions and details and
Correct.
all of those joyous things. So we have a brand new repo or organization inside GitHub that I created this morning. And we will also be start moving our demos and things in there and show notes and etc. So what do we want to do with this? Well, because we're launching this new podcast, we want a site for it. So I was super lucky and I was also super surprised because we were able to get streamingontherocks.com, which
Ooh.
is, yes. And even more fun is I also got, because I can't help myself with domains, I got streaming on the .rocks as well.
Nice.
So the first thing today, and let's ask the people that are currently listening in,
Yeah.
is that which one of those two should we use?
Yeah.
Because I know some of the custom TLDs like .rocks sometimes cause some issues, but given that I was able to purchase the domain inside AWS, inside Route 53, is a good indication. Because just some background here is we actually bought a domain with .africa, and it took us, and also .cape town at one point, and some services just broke. They just
Really?
wouldn't validate the email emails. They say, sorry, invalid email domain. We're like, no, it isn't. And then we had to log tickets to get them to fix it before we could use the service, which is hilarious. But yeah,
It happened
so
to me. It happened to me once, a few years ago, but it was even weirder. I have a top level domain for Serbia, so RS, as in my email, and one site profoundly refused to use .rs. It's like, did you mean .ru? I'm like, no, RS. and they couldn't validate my email without actually me reaching out to them. So weird.
Oh well.
But why not use both domains, Cobus? Man. So
We can definitely do that. We will show some fun bits there as we do. So what I want to do now is I just want to click let this.
show us the console.
Yes, I will once I sorted out the fonts. 24. There we go. That looks good. Okay, cool. I am going to share the entire screen because we are going to be jumping between a lot of things. So screen number 1, share that. Let us quickly check over here when we pop it on the screen. Cool. Is that big enough? You think I should make it bigger?
Just a tiny bit, if you can.
Okay, cool. So let's just do that again.
You cannot scroll and zoom?
I have not yet had time to go and dig into that. It is my funky keyboard setup. So let's make it 36. Cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's nice and readable. The one that I want to know.
Where's your Windows terminal, Cobus? Where's your Windows terminal?
I'm going to get there. Just give me time. Cool. So let's have this hovering over here. I just need to figure out, make it a little bit bigger. So where did we start? Well, the first thing that we did is to create the new GitHub repo. So we want to be able to host a site. So let us go and find ourselves a theme, because I'm going to suggest that we use Hugo.
Hugo, okay, let's do Hugo.
Yes. Yeah, quickly for those not familiar, Hugo is a static site generator. So what we can do is, let's make clicks. Sorry, if I do weird clicks, please, I apologize. I'm not used to running on Windows. It's been many years. So we are going to go to Hugo and we're going to search for themes. So the first hard part is picking a theme. Let's make that bigger.
Okay.
It's hard.
Picking a theme, you can change it after the fact. It's easier to.
Shall we look at the
blog? I guess.
Well, let's look at that blog portfolio.
It needs to be simple. In my opinion, it needs to be simple. So I would
let's have a
go
look
for
here.
something relatively easy, and I'm horrible at picking things. So
yeah, that's the thing. So let's quickly eyeball things over here. Let's see. Oh, this just because we both like this.
Yeah.
But it's a resume one.
I think that's fine.
We can figure that.
We have a resume for ourselves, right? I don't think we're going to be writing blog posts too heavily on that thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm expecting us to do like an episode thing. Okay, cool. So we have got a theme. Let's not waste too much time on this. So now, what we need to do is we obviously need to get Hugo going. So let's look here at the. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen again. Sorry. There we go. How we go to get things going? Well, it's got all the bits in here. Okay, so we need to get a Hugo app going. So firstly, we are going to head to. Sorry. Oh wait, I need to look here as well. Here we go. I can actually take that away. This is me committing. This is me. We'll get back to the nice page for our org. So I'm going to go ahead and say plus, and we want a new repository.
Okay.
And what shall we call this? No, I don't want to do it under there. Don't ask. I've got way too many of these. Yes.
You just call it website, right? Or Google
streaming
website.
On the Rocks site, because we have got multiple of these. Cool. Website for streaming on the Rocks. No, Darko, this is not the new keyboard. I am just typing slowly because my hands are still cold. It's actually cold here today. It's like 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's very confusing to me.
It's 9 in Berlin, so.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going into summer, so it was warmer like 2 weeks ago than it is now. We should be in the 20s already.
Can you zoom a bit on the screen, on the GitHub thing? Yeah, thank you.
There we go. Cool. Alrighty then. Cool. Creating the repo. Boom. So we have got an empty repo, and let us quickly get our code. So we're going to copy this. We are going to head over to here. Actually, do I have folders here? No, this is how new this is. Projects.
Gamer. Wow, buddy.
Yes. That's my gaming machine.
Well, I call my PC a battle station, so yeah, I understand.
No, it's all good. Here we go. Let's see if Git works. It should ask me for my yes. Awesome. We can get to the other keys later. Okay, cool. Sweet. So, I don't have ZSH. Okay, I need to do that as well. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Okay, give me a second. I need to also make show notes first. Also keep track of what we have to do. ZSH for myself. Cool. Okay, so now when you start using Hugo, we need to be able to go and say create a Hugo site. So Hugo, as you can see, not there. So let us quickly look how to. No, that's just that. Wait, where did I put this? Here we go. Ubuntu install Hugo. Cool.
Yeah, I think
Oh wow,
you have to
confirming.
install it from a tarball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Well, let's
It's
go
not
look at the
available in
site. I mean,
package manager. Yeah, yeah.
well, the what do you call it? Seems to be thinking it is homebrew Docker. We can get to the Docker one in a future episode. That's actually quite a useful thing to do as well. But a homebrew. I did not know you have homebrew for Linux.
You can have homebrew for Linux. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not the easiest thing to install. I did it once on stream and it was just a pain. And I would never advise anybody to use homebrew on Linux because you don't need
Okay.
it. There's better ways to installing packages than
Okay.
homebrew on Linux. But yeah, you can just get a tarball. I guess you can compile it or something.
Let's go here. Use a bit local. That's fine. I'm in this one down the tarball.
So just to explain, the Hugo binary is basically the little software package that converts your that creates your static website, and it actually uses Markdown as the language of choice when you write your website in. It converts that all to HTML and all the wonderful things around it that needs to function. So yeah. Oh, you can install it with sudo apt, but
There's a deb. Yeah, there's a .deb package. So I'm just going to do that because that makes our life so much easier to just get the package up and running. Cool. Here we go. Okay. I'm so glad. Sorry, I had a moment there of panic because I had to unmap the command lock for Windows because otherwise I kept locking my thing when I wanted to clear the page, actually. Just amusing. Cool. Okay. Apt gets install. Is it with apt? I don't think it's with apt. You need to just plain aptitude. Apt install.
But you need to do sudo as well.
Yeah. What do we call it? Yes. Oh, wait. No. What's going on here?
Oh, sorry. You want to install this package? Sudo dpkg I and that package if you want to just point to that one.
Oh, dpkg.
No, not without apt. So sudo dpkg without apt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the package. Hugo.
Hugo. Here we go. Let's see if this works, and boom, it's installed. Okay, Alice. Now let's get rid of this. Yeah, I just want to get this with Hugo dash. It's probably double dash.
Double dash, yeah.
Sorry, I just need to quickly fix this. My keyboard is at a slightly weird angle, and as you know, that normally breaks me. Cool. We has Hugo. Awesome. So now we want to create a new site quickly. Okay. Let's see. What have we got? Hugo new. Cool. I think it's just Hugo new and then dot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hugo.
No, you have to Hugo new and then the name of the website. So
streaming on the rocks site, and I think like that.
Okay.
Let's see what it does.
Hugo help new. Okay. I think it's always
been a while.
RTFM.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Hugo help new. Creates a new site skeleton. Hugo site. Okay. Hugo new site, and then the rest. Okay, cool. We can figure that out. Oh, what was that? Just few more steps. Cool. Okay. Rid of this. Cool. Let's quickly Alice. MV streaming all the rocks, everything to here. Alice streaming. Let's just double check that there aren't any hidden directories. Sometimes there are. Cool. Cool. Now we've got all of these bits here. Good. Okay, cool. Right. Now we're making some progress. Okay. My old YouTube stuff. Whoop-de-doo. Probably shouldn't have WhatsApp open here either. Meetup seems safe. Let's leave that. Actually, let's just close this window. Otherwise, I will get confused the whole time. There we go. Okay, so check one. We have got Hugo installed.
Okay.
Now we want to install the actual theme. Cool. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Okay. Examples, blah. Setup use, summary, data files. Interesting. This one doesn't actually have a install the theme.
Just basically enable the submodule, right? So you need to go to the GitHub page. Yeah. Hey, Roll, you can ask us anything about Amplify, and we'll hopefully answer it. So,
yeah,
we're not the biggest experts on Amplify, but try us. So
we'll be using it in a few seconds.
Exactly, we'll be using it in a few seconds. So
cool.
Go ahead, and anybody can ask us any questions here. So just go ahead. Cobus, I think you can just add a sub module here, right? If you go into the, because it's a Git repo, right? That's how you add themes, I believe, on Hugo. So you
Well, let's go.
basically-
Hugo help theme. Oh, there's a theme. Yep. No, Hugo.
No. There's no Hugo way to install a theme. Like theme is
Ah,
just static files. Just
okay.
you basically, according to their quick site, which I'm reading right now, um, the basically you just submodule add. So git submodule add, and then the repository of that theme, right? So,
Okay, so git submodule add. Oh, is it with a dash? No.
no. It's like that. Just like that.
Sorry. Submodule add.
And the
And
GitHub link or the Git link to the theme itself.
yeah, where's the
And you
GitHub
can find
link?
that on the download, I guess, or
Yes. Here we go. Code. Clone.
you can use
There we
HTTP
go.
as well, but yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, this one's will always be logged in, so I think it should be fine. And we specify themes, right? We have to say themes.
Yes, themes and
Fairly
then
certain.
slash and the name of the theme.
Well, first question is it themes or with a capital?
Lowercase.
Theme.
Themes and
Yeah,
then
okay,
the
themes.
name of the theme. Yeah, and the name of the theme. And the theme is
Hugo.
Eddie Web. No, it's Eddie Web. Oh no, sorry, it's Hugo Resume. I apologize. Eddie Web is the person. Sorry.
Not Hugo Resume, it's Hugo Resume.
Resume.
Cool. Alrighty. I really need to do SSH. What's it? The SSH agent as well here. So cool. We have got our theme. So while that's going,
Linux World, you're playing with. Let me put this up on screen. You're playing with Amplify and wondering where is the S3 bucket. Is it me or Amplify does not create an S3 bucket? It does, but not in your account. So Amplify creates things somewhere else. So these things are completely. How can I say? They're completely invisible to you right now. So that's the kind of the whole simplicity of it. It's the Apple of services, right? So it just works, but you don't have access to this S3 bucket. And I get it. I wanted to have access to this S3 bucket because I wanted to manually upload things to that bucket, but it wasn't possible. So yeah, that's my understanding how Amplify works. It does not create an S3 bucket within your AWS account.
Cool. Now what I have to do is code open this up.
Can you just remove this the sharing little thing on the bottom? Just click hide.
There we go.
So we can
I didn't realize you were seeing it because it was bugging me. That's why I was keep cleaning up the screen. Cool. Okay. Right. Yes, and we are going to be running on streaming on the Fox.com. That's going to be it. This is going to be streaming on the rocks. Cool. Now what we need to do is we need to configure the theme to actually take or to be used by this. Now that
it's basically theme and the equals, and basically theme equals and the name of the theme, and this is what is it called? Hugo Resume, right?
Resume, yes. Let's save that. Let's quickly see. Did it automatically update that? I can't remember if Hugo is that smart. Let's see. Oh, you know, I was waiting. Sorry, I was being stupid. I backgrounded the project. Cool. Here we go. We've got an error. What about that? Looks okay. Let's see. Why do I have so many of these open? Go away. There we go. Cool. Let's refresh. Aha. Failed to render.
Okay.
About. Okay.
Because we don't have the about page here at all. So
we need to go RTFM quickly. Cool.
Yes.
So lots of pages quick. Setup and use. Hugo-T. Okay. Oh, we need to update this contents index. Content. Is that a theme or? Okay. So over here. That's why we don't have this. Cool. Let's copy this file. And we need to pop that under our content over here. Because we went for a very...
Amplify doesn't create a CloudFormation stack with all those resources. No, it doesn't. No, it does it all in the backend. So, like you don't have at least. So, Amplify console doesn't do that for you, right? So what we're doing here, it doesn't do it. Like if you're using proper Amplify framework and Amplify init and Amplify auth and API and all those stuff, that yes, of course, that does all that for you. But if you're just using Amplify console basically does not do it, at least from what I understand. Like I'm trying to see if I can, like I have a site deployed on Amplify, and I don't have any bucket that points to my website in my account, right? There's no CloudFormation template that points to my website being hosted on Amplify. So yeah, it's weird.
Cool. So what I found out here is that we need a couple of things. I was complaining about
What?
Oh, that's not this side. Partial about partials. So we don't have a partial about HTML. So let's quickly see what what I'm actually going to do. I am going to make this a lot easier. Example site.
Okay.
Copy. And oh, sorry. Go one
You
up.
have to go to the entire thing. Yeah, paste.
Paste. Cool. Let us quickly see.
I don't think it's Cobus. I don't think it's in static. I don't think it's not in the content. I think it's in the root directory, the example site. The thing you should.
Oh, did I paste it in the?
You paste it in the content directory.
My bad. Oh, this is interesting. Cool. Never mind. Let me fix this. You go into there.
God.
Really? Really?
So
Are you gonna play like this?
My experience with Hugo was like basically this. I would try something with a template, and I would completely screw it up and just RMRF and do it from the beginning.
Okay. MV content, everything, and we want to move it recursively. Sorry, when all else fails, just go to the console.
Command line. Exactly.
Boom. A command line. What? Oh, I'm thinking. Sorry, copy and things. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, William, I'm not sure about Copilot. I'm not very familiar with Copilot. I know that it's a thing for containers. I think Cobus has. Have you talked about Copilot?
Yes.
Yeah. So Cobus knows more about it, so he can give you a more input on it. Just to answer Rudix regarding Amplify pricing, it's very simple. So it does when it comes to Amplify, basically Amplify console pricing. It has a very clear pricing example on the bandwidth used and all those things. So let me actually have a look. Because even though those things are basically the same thing, the same service, there's a different approach to it. Like, so static web hosting basically would cost you 1 cent per build minute, as long as your website is as long as your website is building, you're being charged. And for the hosting, it's $0.023, so that's 2 point something cents per gigabyte per month stored, and it's also 15 cents per gigabyte served. So that's it. Those are the costs for AWS Amplify console. So yeah.
Right, I'm making slow progress here. I think I fixed the files. Now what I do want to do is I just want to look at the TOML file, the theme TOML over here. Okay, so this is all the configuration about the theme author. I think this is all fine. Cool. Let us see what Hugo thinks about this now. Hugo, serve. What am I doing? Partials. Partial about. Why doesn't it like the partial about?
Hey, it just works, right?
No, you know what? It's because we're doing a very bare bones one and we're not following. And this theme, I must confess, unfortunately, it doesn't have what I'm used to, which is a very nice copy and paste this in there.
We can pick always another theme. This is a theme with just kind of
yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm fine even with using the default theme for the time being. I mean,
I want something at least a little bit pretty. Let's see if this one's got good instructions, because this doesn't look too bad. It was a bit bright with the colors, but we can fix it. Oh, yeah, it's a paid for version. No, thank you. Not that I'm got anything against that, but there we go. Okay, Darko, is this going to be our one? This looks console text. It looks good. Cool. Okay, let's look at the instructions. There we go.
Viva, we are building our website. Basically, we're trying to publish our streamingontherocks.com website to AWS Amplify. So what Cobus is doing right now is we're trying to find the proper theme for Hugo, and Hugo is a static website generator. So we're trying to make this all work for us. And the problem with Hugo, because even though Hugo is very simple to get into on the outset, it can get very complex when it comes to trying to make it work with different types of themes. And that was my experience with Hugo. And every time I try to do things with Hugo, it's just like, you know what? I'll stop. Yeah. So does it work? Could we just wipe everything? I mean, we have nothing there, right? So just wipe the entire streaming on the rocks.
Yeah, but I don't want to wipe the, what do you call it? There we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Get status. I just want to. There we go. And if you're wondering, this is how you whip out your axe and you go screw everything, and we are now good.
RMRF, get cloned, wabam.
Fine, Darko.
There you go, Cobus.
Yes, we are going to start from scratch. Hi, welcome to today's episode of
Bean Streaming, where we RMRF our repositories.
So this is actually a nice takeaway for those that are watching, is that even if you have done this in the past and you don't do it on a daily basis, you will forget things, which means that it's nothing wrong doing this and nuking it.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Sometimes it's the easiest way. So, if you want to learn and try to figure it out, fine. That's absolutely okay. But sometimes if you want to just move on, just our RMRF and a new clone, and these, at least that has been my major experience with Hugo. Literally, that's how I work with Hugo, because applying a new theme that you like and that works everything, it's just that. So that's why I have not updated my site in years, or at least that's what I tell myself. So
same. That's why I'm still stuck on Jekyll. I know I wrote the article to how I did it, and then I moved to Amplify to host, and now I can't remember anymore. So yes, of course, it's
I found a new thing recently to kind of try to play around with when it comes to static website generators. It's called SSG5. It's a POSIX compliant static site generator. So it uses completely POSIX compliant bash to generate your websites. Yeah, so it is very non-bloated. So it's very light. There's no such thing as themes. I mean, themes are CSS files which you apply to. So it does require a lot of manual intervention, but it does compile basically your markdown to HTML. So
okay. So I'm already a little bit more positive because this theme has got some nice installation instructions. Sorry, this is bugging me. So this, just if you're wondering why you keep seeing this, is that I'm adding chapters to the video for stream last week, but I also need to figure out how to blur my personal address, which,
you cannot do it on YouTube, unfortunately. I think
you can.
You can.
You can. Yes, it's actually, quick side note, just that little blur button over there. But the interface is a little bit weird because it's actually too smart for what I want, which is it tracks, for example, you can blur a face, and then by selecting the face, it'll actually track it through the frames like that. And all I want is put this block here, leave it there. So I'm still figuring it out, but I had to revert my video. So actually, let me close that as well. I can get back to that. Cool, we've got our submodule in there, config, right. I like this. See, this helps me. This feels like it's already a better user experience with the actual setup. Let's close all of these. Streaming on the rocks. Refresh. There we go. HTTPS. Streaming on the in the rocks.
Streaming.
Yeah. Streaming on the rocks. That's because I was off by one column. Okay. I should probably not spend time on this because we'll break it again.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. We've got the theme in here. We've got everything. Let's see if we can rock and roll. If you go serve.
You need to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boom. Here we go. Oh. Ooh.
It works out of the box, right?
You go refresh.
Well,
Sweet.
that's a horrible animation. But yeah.
What do you mean? This.
Oh, got it.
If we add a sound file to it and create a flash file,
no,
we can
Cobus,
say
stop,
welcome
no.
back to the early 2000s.
No. Once I take over the world, there's going to be a purge for people who put audio files on their websites. Yeah.
Dude, I can't say the site name because I don't want to offend the people, but in the last decade, and I mean, if you think about it, by 2010, you shouldn't have had sound on a website. I worked on a site where they specifically added with a site loading animation.
Man, no. So I have a friend who's a web designer. He's a web developer, and he puts this thing on his personal website. I'm like, buddy, no, that's why. I don't want to listen to your music when I open up your portfolio. I want to look at what you did.
Oh, let's quickly double check here. Git status. Those all look good. Git commits. First version. Oh, I can feel the coffee kicking in. All the sites.
That's why it's
If I start talking too fast, please let me know what I'm doing wrong. Slow down. So just quickly, that was my third coffee, and I can definitely feel that it is waking. It's kicking in. Okay, cool. So what have we done so far? We've got a very basic site with absolutely nothing in it, which is normally not that useful. But now what we're going to do quickly is, Darko, have you got the URL to log into our site, our AWS account handy? I know it's, do we call it Streaming on the Rocks? What do we call it?
Ooh, I don't have to streaming on. No, I don't. I don't think you have ever set it up for me.
Is that account you created for us in that internal service? I'm quickly logging on. Sorry. Yes, but you shared it with me. Remember, I asked you how do we actually share that internally, but that's fine.
I logged through that service, right? But I don't have it. I don't have my company laptop right now in front of me, so I cannot.
All good. I do. I've got it on this side, so that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, good. You log into that thing.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding. Sorry, this is for those who are wondering. We are very obscure. It's one of those, like, it's probably public, but in general, we don't talk about internal services by their name. It's just one of those, like, you don't want people to be able to know things to scratch. And I think a good example of this is what is it, that FBI thing that says I can either confirm the existence of blah, 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 and if it did exist, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Because FBI agents, there's a very fascinating podcast about it, because FBI agents are not allowed to lie.
Yeah.
So the problem there is if you ask them about blah, 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 which is the project name, they cannot tell you, they can't say that, no, that doesn't exist. And they cannot say that it exists, but I don't want to tell you about it. So this one lawyer came up with that phrase, which is basically that whole spiel around if it exists or not, I can't tell you, blah, 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 which is every single word there is true for both scenarios, which means in no case can don't confirm anything. Because if a project name is confirmed, you can do a Request for Information Act, I believe, in the US and say, can I find out about Project X? And then they can get the info. So they even keep the project names secret. So in the console on
it's not that critical
this side.
AWS, right? Even if we told you about the service,
but it's that thing where we don't want to cause problems. So let's go ahead here and see.
But actually, a lot of my colleagues who do things have it very publicly. I've seen people log in to AWS accounts through that on stage. So.
Cool. So Darko, if you want to follow along,
that's the official way you need to log into your accounts is through that. No other way. So.
See if I was smart. Yes. I'm naughty. I don't even have what do you call it there? I don't have two-factor auth on. But Darko, you're welcome to join me in the account. It's Bean Streaming is the account alias. No, let me just make that a little bit bigger. Cool. So what do we want to do first? Are we going to host it in Dublin again?
Yep.
Cool. Or not Dublin. I'm assuming it's Dublin. It's actually Ireland. Just realized I have no idea. So
it is Dublin.
Boom, boom, boom. what do we want to do first? We need to set up route 53. Cool. Let me do that over here.
Oh, we didn't do that yet? Oh,
No.
okay.
We will. Don't worry. We've got this. Let me open up this thing again. No, not this one. Sorry, this one. See, this is what I was saying about the Chrome themes that are confusing me. But it's fine. I will log in here. Console. Sorry, so what I'm doing now, just off screen, is quickly log into my personal console. So I've got my own personal account because we actually can't register domains with internal accounts.
No.
It's very interesting. So we can create another one called Streaming on the Rock. So sorry, just quickly backing up. I realize I'm not explaining what I'm doing, so apologies if I lost you there. We are going to be setting up a Route 53 zone, which allows us to, from my personal account, point to this account and say, listen, what are the DNS entries? So even though the DNS is registered elsewhere, this account will then have full access over that Route 53, and we need that to be able to set up our Amplify site, generate SSL certificates, etc., etc. So
Right.
I'm logging in here now with that account, and this one is actually properly secured. So I believe, yeah, give me a second here. Okay, click. Okay, I'm in. Cool. Okay, so streaming on the rocks, public zone, no tags, create hosted zone. Cool. This can take a while if you have many records. No, I don't have many records. Okay, here we go. Ooh, wow, this is very small. Cool. So now what I'm doing is I am going back on the right on the screen that you can't see. Apologies for that. Oh, that's why. So, there we go. I can actually bring this across. Just give me a second. It's just one of those, like, I'm always very careful with any PPI information that I don't want to share. Streaming on the rocks.com. Manage DNS. Oh, no, not manage DNS. Yeah,
We're basically trying to move basically host the streamingonrocks.com on this account, and Cobus has registered that domain on the other account. So what we're gonna basically doing is use the name servers from the account where we're gonna have the server the application hosted in, move it to the different account. So basically we're gonna point the other domain name to these name servers, and that gives us the ability to add records, modify records to this domain from this account. So that's basically what happens. You usually have a central registrar where you register your domain names. Like I use Namecheap for my names because it's cheaper, and I basically just point those domain names to Route 53 DNSs, and it just works.
Cool. So just quickly, why I'm not sharing this on screen is that this is, even though you can actually get the information if you dig it, I just prefer not to share my personal info on screen. So all I did now was that I pointed and I set up the DNS for this. Cool. Okay. Right. So now we've got that part going. So the next step we would need to do is to set up an Amplify site. And I know we've done this before, so I'm going to go slightly quicker. So Amplify is a service that allows you to easily host various things. And also build, for example, static websites, front-end, back-ends. You can see all the things over here. We don't want to do modern web app, scalable cloud apps.
We want to move
here we go.
Deploy.
Cool. Okay. We're going to say GitHub. Yep. So this will be the entire first-time user experience. So let's quickly show you how this works. Oh, wow. Have we authorized? Yes, we did. Sorry. Yeah. So we did authorize this because we previously did a site in here. So now what I need to do is I need to select the site here, and this will be streaming.
It's only authorized your own org.
Oh, how do I now go about revoking that? Do you think?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. So auth GitHub. Oh, you know what? I probably have to do it on GitHub side. So give me a second here, and I'll do it on off screen just in case. Once again, I show something I shouldn't. I'm going to my account. Settings.
So what happens here that you give permissions to AWS Amplify to your GitHub repository, and that way Amplify can automatically query all the repositories and get the notifications of commit hooks. Basically, when a commit has been made, a webhook triggers Amplify that's saying, hey, a new piece of code has been committed to a repository, and Amplify kicks off the deployment process, right? Because Cobus has done this before, before we had this organization, Amplify has no access to it. So what Cobus is going to do right now is he removed the access from his GitHub page or repositories to Amplify, and he's going to re-authenticate it right now, hopefully.
Actually, no. If all went well, I was able to add it. So because sometimes not all OAuth stuff you can always fix like that. So
there we go. Perfect.
Beautiful. Okay. So just quickly, what did I do is I went into my GitHub settings on my personal account, and in there you can, under applications, you can actually see under OAuth which one of there is, and I could select the Amplify one. The reason I want to do it this way, not revoke it, is that my personal site is running off this plus a couple of other things, and then all of those things will break. I don't want that. So I just went and said grant, and it actually worked. Awesome.
Right.
So now we want to do here. Okay, cool. Let's actually do this properly. So this is another thing that people will hit into. So for those not aware with the whole Black Lives Matter in the US, one of the things that has been highlighted is obviously that the word master is not something we want to continue using because people do find it offensive and bad memories of the past around that. So what most companies are doing and places are doing is we rename it to main. So let's quickly, and I need to remember how to do this, get rename branch. We're going to rename ours because unfortunately GitHub still does that by default as master. Branch remote. Fix that immediately. Boom. I remember it's a couple of steps. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Have to create a new branch called main and then check out. Well, check out the new branch.
Okay, git checkout -b main. Cool. Now we can say git push dash dash.
You can just origin main. You can do just origin main, or you can set up the
main. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's the same at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Cool. We have to do this. And now we have to do quickly is, okay, so we've got that. Now there's a little bit of extra admin, which we have to do here on this repo. So settings, we have to change the default branch because otherwise it won't allow us to actually delete that branch. So what we can say is we can say switch it to that. We can say update. Yes, I understand the default branch update has got some funky things. Cool. Now we've got that at least. So now what we need to do is remove the old branch, and that is git branch dash e master, and cool. And then you do git push. I think it's dash dash branch.
I don't know. when I use main branches, I basically just do it initially. So I don't really know how to do it.
Yeah. Cool. Let's quickly do that.
Master branch.
Yeah. So it's basically the steps now is that we've renamed our local and we've pushed that. Let's get that final step. It'll be in this document. I can almost guarantee you. Boom. Push. Oh, there we go. That's the command we want. Push. That's master. I think it's because I deleted it locally without, because you do it as a single one, but we should be able to do it in here. Let's just quickly refresh. Branches, branch protections. We still have both. Code, branches. I think in the UI we can actually delete this. Yes, there we go. Boom. Let's delete that one. Cool. Let's refresh this. Default branch main. Okay, we are good to go. So let us quickly refresh this over here, because I don't want us to go down this rabbit hole without that. Also, it buys us time for the DNS to propagate.
Yeah.
It's always a fancy trick. Okay, cool. So over here, we can see some goodness. We can see that it actually picked up. It's a Hugo site.
Yep.
Boom. And this is one of the main reasons why AWS Amplify is so cool. It can pick up a whole bunch of different configs. Hugo, Jekyll, Gatsby, I believe. Then also it can pick up if it's a React, Vue, Angular site and host that for you, etc. So it's actually... Yeah.
But for awesome. Jekyll, it was causing problems for Jekyll last time, if I recall correctly, right? When we were doing it with your website.
No. You misspeaking there. We were causing problems with Jekyll for Amplify.
But Amplify wasn't detecting that it was Jekyll, because I know.
Yes, but remember there was a 3-4-year-old Jekyll site, so we had to change some of the files with the plugins and the gems, and we had to fix it. It was too old. Basically, Amplify went, I'm a modern system. Your stuff is old. Get off my lawn. Wait, other way around.
Yeah. Fair point. Okay.
Cool.
That's fine. That's fine.
Cool. So while this is running, this should only take a few seconds. Let us go over into the domain management and start kicking this off. Let's see. Boom. Hit that. Okay. First deployment is not yet done, so we don't have that yet, which is fine. We are going to add a domain, and this is going to be, I like this. I forgot all about this. Configure domain, www. Now, here's the thing. We're going to do that, but shall we create our preview one as well, or not? Should we do that later?
We can do that later on. Yeah. I mean, it's a separate branch. We don't have the branch yet, so.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So let's go creating the SSL, general. Let's see,
so
did we
fun
deploy?
thing about Amplify console is that it gives you the ability to have preview branches. Basically, you specify a different branch in your repository, and it will create a separate URL to that branch, and you can password protect it and all that stuff. So that's really, really good. But this one failed. Why did it fail, Cobus?
Oh, let's see. Jump directly to the ball.
Down. Scroll down. Front end.
Oh, front end. There we go.
Hugo. Yes.
Why would it do that? Let's build settings. What did we do wrong?
So one thing that I've found out in my experience with Hugo and Amplify is that it is sometimes uses an older version of Hugo. So I'm not sure if this is the problem here, right? But yeah. Oh, I see the error. Hugo theme console does not support version. You have an old version of Hugo. Go to build again. Cobus.
Yeah, I'm in build. Build settings or just build.
The logs are available right now. That's what I'm trying to say. So
okay. Build, boom.
I'll let you know what you need to set up because I set it up on my end. Let me log into my own account.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So you need a newer version of Hugo. So
cool.
Let me actually tell you what I did on my account because I've had to do that thing as well.
So Rudik's World, yes, our domain is managed by Root 53. So what I did is I actually registered with my personal account and then just pointed the name servers to Root 53 over here. So we go over here, Root 53, boom. We'll see that our domain is in here. Hosted zone, I'll make it bigger just now. We go streamingontherocks.com.
Right. So if you go to your build settings, there's a way you can define which version of Hugo to use. So if you go to Amplify and then build settings and scroll down, click edit.
Default image.
Nope. Scroll down. Add package version override. Latest. That's it.
Cool. Save.
And now kick off the build again. This should basically tell it to
build. Where's the button? Oh, there we go. It's not an orange button. Why don't I can't see it if it's not orange? Awesome. Yeah. Cool. I think another cool thing here, because I saw here that CampOK actually used the Twitch bot to get the uptime and running time, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while, is actually build a bot for Twitch. So we can probably do that in a future episode.
Yeah, sure.
So just quickly for those, why we are taking such a long digression from our building our ECS cluster is that we've had a bunch of different things happen. There was a week where the AWS channel was streaming another event, so we couldn't stream live, and then we were distracted by a couple of other interesting sessions. And then on Friday, we had a how do we answer DevOps interview questions, which then led us to wanting to start streaming on the rocks and a podcast. So yes, we are very good at not yak shaving, I promise. But yeah, we're setting things up, and I think this is informational as well as educational and entertaining. Hopefully.
And that's fun.
Cool. We had another build failure.
Ooh.
We sure? What did I complain about this time?
Still the same problem. Maybe kick off the entire build, not the build again, but maybe everything else. Maybe didn't pick up this time, so maybe redeploy the entire thing.
Okay, streaming on the rocks. Actions. Build. How do I do that again? General.
Not sure.
Action. This is actually interesting. Okay, cool. So let's figure this out. I've actually never had to do this. No, I don't want to go to the ftux. Yes, I can come back to that. We've got this. Cool. So let's go. This didn't work.
Because this will do the try to provision again. Maybe that's the thing, right? So go to provision and then redeploy, because the provision actually sets up everything else.
Oh yes. Okay, so it installs all the things. How do we reprovision?
Go up. Can you do again?
Yeah.
Scroll up. Redeploy this version. Yeah.
That didn't work.
Oh. Well then. Then I don't know.
We need to somehow reprovision. So let's quickly see.
So it's reprovisioning right now. Cobus, it's reprovisioning.
Oh, okay.
So if you go back, you see reprovisioning is happening.
Hugo, but see, it's not going to work. See, that's not right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to follow what you showed me previously. Build settings over here, edit. Boom.
But it's not. It didn't even up. Well, okay, yeah.
I want to see what happens when we do that.
Okay.
Huh? Save. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
Eventual
build settings, general. Yeah, but I mean, there are multiple processes running in the background, so that's kind of why this will happen. Okay, cool. So it's going to go. Because, I mean, we can see that it's going to fail over here. If I look at this output, does it show us the Hugo? Let's see if I can Hugo. Ooh. Doesn't like me trying to search in this text window. Installing Hugo, it says Hugo version, which was latest, but it doesn't. It would be nice if it actually outputted what version it installed over here. Yeah, we can look at that later. Cool. Okay.
Hey, Alex, we are doing Hugo stuff in Amplify, not the Elastic Beanstalk. So we're deploying a static website on Amplify console right now. It's kind of our own website, which is going to be very simple. But yeah, we're trying to make it work. But because of Hugo version problems, it fails like now. So,
yeah. Let us quickly see.
It's Amplify. Yep, it's Amplify. It's Amplify console actually. So because it's the simplest way to host a static website. So it's still Hugo 5.6. Cobus, delete the Hugo thing. Delete the application.
Okay, fine.
And then make it work.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I suppose. Cool, delete. Cool. And it's gone. Bye-bye. Cool, continue. So yes, we also often have to do this as well as software developers. Streaming on the rocks.
Exactly.
Main, next, bold, advanced. Let's add this from the beginning. No, I want that version. Next. Save and deploy. Cool. Let's see if this works.
Okay.
I'll be very interested to see.
Did you change the build settings? You didn't.
Yep.
Did you?
What?
Okay.
I'm fairly certain I did. Advanced, or was there? Don't tell me this. Build settings.
You did.
No, I did.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Whether it works is the next question.
Well, yeah,
dun dun dun. Okay, cool. Let's get the build going before we set up SSL again, because otherwise we will waste people's time again. Cool. Let's see. This is actually interesting. It feels like it's very slow. All apps. Let's have a look over here. It might be because it's the same name that is a little bit confused.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna.
There we go. Okay, provisioning.
So
we are just too hasty.
Yeah.
The cloud has brought things down to minutes and seconds, but not milliseconds yet for when you want things to instantly run. It does actually still take time in the background to do things. There we go, provisioning. Let's see if the logs tell us anything a little bit prettier this time. See, that still bugs me. Yeah. But, however, so it says version Hugo. And then over here we do node. So just quickly in Ruby, bundler. See it.
Yeah, I think it's still gonna fail.
But that bugs me because that means that setting doesn't kick in the build settings. Yeah, so let's quickly just go back there and double check what we have over here. Edit. Specifically Hubik. That should work.
That's work. I mean, on my own end, I have basically I use the latest flag, and that's how it does it. So if I go to let me actually look at my own side to see how my build looks like.
Oh wait, it worked. Never mind. At ease, soldier.
Okay, there we go.
Cool. Let us look. We have got our ooh, that's not very pretty. Obviously something broke. That is fine. It's a site, it's up and running. We can figure that out later. So
I think maybe the Cobus, maybe the sub module didn't load. Sometimes Hugo does not, like, if we go and look at the build and the cloning of the repository, does it do a git sub module? I think it does. So, but yeah, maybe it could be also due to the fact that this isn't set up, because a lot of the times it has to point through the right domain, especially the theme parts. So yeah, but setting up the DNS domain should help out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's at least doing something. It's doing SSL creation, redirections. Let's actually go and see what's. Ooh, we got the funky new favorites. Well, not that funky. I've heard a lot of people not like it.
I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan of that, and hey, you can use your keyboard, so it's easier to do it with a keyboard as well. So I'm a fan of that.
Cool. Okay, so what we can see over here is, for those not familiar with how the SSL certificates work, is it uses the CNAME record. So on your domain, so as you can see over here, streaming on the rocks, you create a CNAME that points to an AWS controlled domain, which means that when AWS initiates a, do I have this DNS record present or not, it can say, yes, you can control the DNS, and therefore it issues you with the SSL certificate to use inside AWS services. So it's not like, here's a cert, download the file. No, we don't give you the private files because it's inside your AWS account. So that at least is there. Let's see quickly where we are at with that's been created.
It takes a moment or so for this to happen, right? So,
yeah, it's DNS. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's fine. So while that is going, the other thing that I quickly want us to do, which is quite a fun one and I think has got value, is that on our account. So we see over here, this does not look very pretty, right?
Yeah.
But if I go over here and I do, and this is something I learned recently, sorry, it's with the lowercase, is that you can have a nice, pretty little file over here. So let us quickly see if I can remember how to do that. GitHub custom profile page.
It's just a README file within your custom thing, yeah.
But you have to set it somewhere, and I forgot where to set it. Personalize your profile. Here we go. Cool. Settings.
Yeah, you just have to create a Git repo with the same name as your account. That's it, Cobus. I don't think you have to do anything else, if I recall correctly.
I disagree, because here's the thing. I did do that, because if we go to our repositories, here's not Cobus, not Darko, with a README MD. That is this one. Still have to fix it a little bit. So we have that. So there's something else we have to do, and that's what fascinated me. I keep forgetting what it is. Let's quickly see. No, not site. Oof. No, let's go away. What do we call it? Is it GitHub custom profile page? Landing page? Anybody in the chat maybe know what the name is? Here we go. Customizing your landing page. Create a repository. Yep. Same name as your GitHub profile username. So we've got not Cobus, not Darko. Not Cobus, not Darko. I didn't make a typo this time. Right. Yeah. Check. So we've got that there. Create a readme.md file. We have. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. We've got all these things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. After you do, blum, 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 blum. Maybe it just needs to load. Let's just check again. Let's do a force load. It's weird. Okay. Maybe it takes a while to kick in or something. Okay. So, but getting back to our fun over here, let's quickly load this. DNS probe isn't finished. There we go.
Maybe because of that, Cobus.
Thank you very much.
So Vivas
GitHub.
actually mentioned this. He shared the link, so
Oh, okay. It doesn't. Okay, well, that's fine then. We don't have to bother anymore. But I mean, in theory, once that does become available, we have got a page over here. And as you can see, I'm very good with, oh, wow,
with websites.
CSS editing. Yes.
God, man.
I am, and this is how I fix this. Look, I'm good. How do I center an image?
With CSS, I guess. I don't know.
Image align, do you say center?
I get center. I don't know. Committing code directly to GitHub.
On the main branch. Oh, we have to fix this as well.
But yeah, this actually gives me an
Fixing
idea
the
to make my own because I don't have it on my GitHub account. I just point you at my repos. So, but it could be cool.
yes. So the only reason I did this was I was preparing for the GitHub Africa meetup. It was the first virtual meetup that they had, and I spoke there and I went to look at the other speakers, and they all had these flashy pages, and I'm like, I need to have that. So that's how I fixed it. Okay, cool. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's quickly check how we are. SL config is done. This is good.
Yeah, now it's the DNS part. So yeah.
Yeah, but now the interesting part should be if I go back here. Let's quickly check. Oh, not here. Sorry. Cert. We should be able to see the certificate in here, right? I think so. I'm fairly certain. If we can see this, the Route 53 entry, we might be able to see the cert. No.
Again, like a lot of things, Amplify console, it's not in your account. So
okay.
You don't
but, and bam, we are live. Okay, cool.
Cool, excellent. Perfect. Hey, Waffles, welcome, welcome to the stream. You're not late. You're never late. Nobody's ever late to the stream because we're all over the place all the time. So don't worry.
But we did get at least a step forward. So now we can start actually streaming on the rocks. Cool, grab the whiskey. Just kidding. Okay, so now we've got our site up and running. Now we're going to start putting a post in there. So I think what we do is let's do a quick placeholder and see, just how it works.
Sure.
Cool. Right. It's normally under data somewhere. Let's see.
Not under data. It should be content.
Oh, data okay. Content.
Content. There's nothing there, so you have to create new posts.
Wait, just have to fix this. Where has I got this? Delete. Wait. Sorry, let me just double check. Console, I don't. Okay, Alice, what's in there? Okay, now I can. Oh, I'm sure, Darko, you probably know of someone who's done this. Does RF, and then instead of that,
I've basically done directory name space and slash.
Oof.
And on my laptop, and just everything went out. So
just for those curious, RM is remove, -R is recursively, F is force, and that just starts wiping files, including the actual operating system files underneath your feet, and that is not a fun experience. Don't do that. I'm sometimes a little bit gung-ho with RM-RF because I'm so used to just typing that. Okay, where are we at? We want to actually add some content, so let's get a placeholder up. Does our documentation for this one do it? No, we don't want to do that starting page.
No, there's not. It's not. So you have to. If you go to the example website, content, and there's basically posts. We create a directory called posts, and that's it. So
cool. Let's do that. So here we go.
You can open up. Yeah.
Let's fix this. Themes. Example site. I don't see the posts over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, example sites. We just need content posts. It's got an index. Okay, let's see.
Index thing. Yeah.
We can then copy this file and content under posts. Let's get rid of this. Content, new folder, posts.
There's a question for you, Cobus, from Vivas. Do you prefer the WSL, or is it just because this is your gaming PC?
Yes. So, slightly more complex. Yes, it is my. So basically, it's my gaming PC / my streaming PC. The reason is that I've got my company one, but what I found is that because I use my Windows machine for streaming, just because of hardware and having a second machine, and basically the encoding, because encoding takes your machine out for a while. I can record something, hit encode on the left-hand side, which is over here where my there. Sorry, T-Rex hands. Over here where the desktop is, it can start encoding, and I just go back to my normal working on my work laptop. So I found that is a good workflow. The other thing here that is a little bit different to I think a lot of people's setup is that I've got 3 screens. So I've got recently, actually, I got an old screen from my dad, which is 1080p. So that was a nice upgrade. Now it's not a big one. I think it's 20 inches, maybe 21. So it's a bit small, but it's at least 1080p. Then this side, another 1080p 27-inch. Then it's a 28-inch 4K screen. And this middle one is the interesting one because it's on an HDMI switch. So when I'm streaming, I've got 2 screens. When I'm working, I've got 2 screens. So that's basically my setup. So I flip between them, and I just found the streaming. And also, obviously, with streaming, you don't want to share any work stuff. So I found that it's a little bit more risky closing everything down, accidentally showing something, etc. So that's the main reason. So we have got this. Let's quickly check this out. Here goes serve. Let's just see what we have. It says it's up. Boom. We can get to that. That was local. There we go.
Post, yeah.
13. Okay, cool. It's about no latest posts. Okay, so let's go quickly. We have to create a
You have
in
to
the
create posts. You have to create posts.
yeah, but see, there's this index mustn't be under posts, I believe, because content C.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Interesting.
So,
okay,
you're
cool.
missing the actual posts because the index itself will not do anything. I guess unless you can copy the one of the posts. You can copy like what is who or whatever, and put it there.
Okay, well, let's do that. Copy what is that?
God, Cobus, you need to use a terminal. I'm getting frustrated copying paste file like this. Jesus.
No, that's fine. It's cool. Let's just see. Okay, it re-rendered. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Boom. Okay. This actually would work nicely. I like this. Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll then fix this. There's a more button. What does the more button do? We don't have an about page. Right.
Yeah.
So what we can actually do, and this is another thing I've been wanting to play with for a while. Sorry, not on this project. Projects. Streaming on the rocks. Project. Create a project. To do stuff we need, get this, to do. Okay, do you want to do Kanban? Ooh, automated Kanban with reviews, bug, no, okay. Let's do that, plain Kanban board. Let's see what that looks like.
What are we doing?
We are creating things for that we need to do. So let's delete this note. Yes, delete this note. Because we should never look at what's already there, right? We want to just learn from scratch. There we go.
Remove the delete column now. We don't have the to-do column anymore, but yeah.
Did I? Can I undo that?
Yeah.
There we go. To-do. Great column. Oh, nice. I always love it when things are just a little bit bigger. Wait, there we go. Okay, cool. Now we see. Cool.
I don't think I can. Technically, I can stream from this to an extent because it's actually not from the PC. Underneath is just a piece of art. The display is actually running off a Raspberry Pi. So Raspberry Pi has a composite output, so that's why it's happening. So, but yeah, I can technically stream from a Raspberry Pi, but it would be horrible. But it would be amazing. Thank you for the pixel art was actually commissioned by Cobus, and you'll see a bunch of it all over the place. But I think I feel it fitting in a retro monitor. Set the relaunch date for. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're doing.
So what I'm thinking is we can literally use this. Yeah, we're going full on. It's an open project. People can come check in, look at it, give us recommendation, log bugs. Because the whole point is we want to show people how we do things and how you can do things. So, let's go. So speaking of that, I see we've got about 20 minutes left. Let's just wait and see if that completed. So this is awesome. So our domain is up and running. Our site is up and running. even though we blundered around and spoke a lot about other things, this is an hour, 10 minutes, and we went from nothing to having a full site up and running, which is good. With our first, well, no, let us confirm. We want to make sure that things are working. So let's go ahead and say, let's add, well, first git status, just check what we added. Okay, git add, git status, git commit, adding a sample post. So now we're pushing in. Well, once again, this is bad. This is bad form. You should not be doing this like I am now, especially if it's a collaboration project. So what we should be doing, git branch dash b.
Good check out that.
What should we call this? First episode or episode. If I really want to get pedantic and I want to talk about the first episode, I'll do this. Cool. Just quickly, right over there, I have got 5 new Star Wars related posters. I've had them for a while, but what I did purchase this weekend is blank canvases. Not because I'm going to paint, but because I'm going to frame the actual posters on those, because that's cheaper than getting someone to actually do the blocking for you. Don't ask, it's confusing. So I've been laying them out over the weekend so they're nice and flat. So keep an eye on the posters behind, because hopefully from tomorrow or Wednesday, you will see them rotate and be different.
That's very cool.
Cool. And also there's a nice mood one where you can see what my mood is going to be. Okay. So let's quickly edit this. Let's leave the example site there for now, because we probably will need to reference it again. So what is Hugo? Let's rename this. Rename. Relaunching streaming on the rocks. Cool. We're going to do that. Introduction. Cool. Welcome. Ooh, that's quite a while back. 2020. What's today's date? Quick, Darko. What's today's date?
28th of December. No, the September.
Asking what day is always a hard one. Because, okay, there's quite a lot here. Okay, but it's normal markdown. That is actually easy.
It was just
so, yeah, that's cool. Welcome to our site. We will be relaunching streaming on the rocks and turning it into a podcast. Did you see it, Darko? We are committing.
Yes, exactly. Now we just need the under construction GIF image there, and we should be good.
Well, we can get one of those as well. Git status, git add. Oh, git add dash a. It's been a while since I've just coded nonstop.
What is the dash a? All files?
Dash is that all? So because I've deleted files, and if you just do git add, it'll only add files that have been any additions or modifications, not deletions. Okay. If I go git status spouse, git spouse, is you can see they're deleted, renamed. Okay, cool, awesome. So git commits, adding proper copy. Never line your commit messages, please. And now it'll give me this command. I need to set this up. It doesn't. You can't control C things.
You can control Shift V or use the Windows terminal, and that controls.
It'll be like that. We can do that at the end quickly. Cool. Okay.
Did you install the Windows terminal last time? I can't recall if we did, or did you reinstall Windows?
I reinstalled Windows completely. I don't think I installed it.
Let's see. You
terminal.
You didn't install it. Oh, okay. I kind of have it in my head that we did it last time, that you had a terminal up and running from the store, but yeah, okay, never mind.
Okay, cool. Let me quickly think here. Now that I've got that. Yes, thanks, Wapples. That was a great idea, so we decided to run with it. Quickly, are we going to keep calling this branch episode 4 then? Because we need to set that up as our preview branch. And I just realized if it's not a long-lived branch, then we will have some issues, but that's fine.
You can set it up
yes.
for the time being. So
previews. Let's go over here. Previews. Come now, preview. Duck.
No. You can go to Cobus. Go to general. Or that. Yeah. I mean.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, that's for the that's pull request previews, right? So you can do those
Okay.
things. But if you want to do a separate branch, if you click on the connect branch thing, a big red yellow button, yeah, the orange button, yeah.
Next.
Yeah,
Yep, there we
that's
go.
it,
Next.
branch. Save and deploy.
Cool. Let's see what this will actually do.
This will basically replicate everything you have here, create a completely new environment, and run this separate branch off of it. So actually run the content from the separate branch in it. So you will get the ugly URL, but you can modify that later on in the.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, yeah, but I mean, we can do that. That's fine. But I was actually thinking, I like that idea of the PR one because we won't necessarily keep reusing the same branch. That's probably a better way to do it. But I think let's get into the flow and figure out what we want to do here and how we want to build this out.
Yeah.
Let's quickly check here. Deploying a little bit too quick. Cool. So now we've got this all running. So the reason we are doing this is that when you, for example, run a website, you probably don't want to do what I did, which is commit push F effectively into your main branch. You want to at least preview it somehow with the mechanism that you use to normally deploy and run your site. So highly recommend that you do this. And what we'll probably do is once this is up, I want to set up this branch, the PR review version, so we can actually check that, because I'd love for us to actually get like a bold badge or something onto our GitHub repo. Because like I said, we want to do this properly. We don't want to just like, hello world, cheers. Because I think there's a little bit more value in showing you the fun things. Quick question, which we didn't do at the start, is that, welcome everyone, and is the audio okay? It's a bit late to ask, but I know I've been fiddling, and I'm actually a little bit further from my mic, because I found on some of the recordings I tend to be a little bit too loud.
Yeah. For me, you're much more quieter than you before, right? So that's my experience right now. But
Okay.
as long as it's okay for everybody else, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. Cool. We've got our previous site. Let's have a look. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's now actually worked. Right. So now let's go ahead and figure out how this PR thing works, because I'm super curious. I've never done this. So, general. Where did I see that? Was that domain management? No.
Previews.
Oh, there we go. Previews. Okay. Cool. Let's say enable previews.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what this does. I will install it here for not Cobus, not Darko. I might as well be for all repos over here. I don't mind. It's doing something.
That's fine. It's done. I mean, it's
installed now. Cool. Okay.
So,
ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like this, because I would have loved to see, I would have loved it if this was automatic. So let's just quickly refresh, because one of the things that always bugs me is that you want to be able to, I know some other services allow you to just, as you push a branch, to say, cool, let me build you a preview and show it. Let's see if it's under settings, maybe. No, that's useless. So does it automatically pick up a PR and then show you what, and give you a link inside your...
Let's make a PR. Make a pull
preview changes. Yeah. But I think you have to set this up. So let's quickly say manage. Pull request reviews. Enable.
Okay. So
okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Branch, yes. Right? Yes. That is actually exactly what we want, because now what we can do over here is we can say create and compare pull request. Okay, let's just leave that for now. Usually we'd have a nice description over here, but I'm hasty and I'm going to see what happens. Let's see. Cool. Checking. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Amplify is doing the preview.
This is so cool. This is because I've seen this before and I've always wanted it, and I've been too lazy to figure out how. So now I know. Yay!
There you go.
Cool. Okay. Darko is much louder than Cobus. So let's quickly see. Okay, the mic is a little bit closer. Quickly, Charlie, is this better?
I think,
because like I said, it's one of those.
You're louder to me right now, so.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Speak softly, okay? How are you doing, Darko?
No, not loud, but just louder.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So this is running. Let's quickly see what the amplifier console does. Let's refresh this and see what... Oh, no, we don't want to edit again. App settings and previews. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, no, it's not running. Not done yet.
Deploying it still.
but we can click on it. We can actually see the progress.
Yeah.
The amount of people that will love this is huge because especially, I mean, think of any kind of company that wants to host a site. And remember with Hugo Jekyll, getting website up is like really quick. And also remember hosting costs are virtually zero. Because I believe this will be like a few cents a month, if that, depending on traffic.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, even if you get like loads of traffic, we're going to be talking single-digit dollars probably.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
Zero effort.
Zero effort. That's kind of the most biggest cost here is the human factor. So
cool.
We need to disable that animation.
Yeah, no, we'll figure that out. That'll be. You know what, Darko?
Give me a task. I'll do that.
Well, let's see quickly. Disable the horrible loading animation on home page. Cool. Add, and can we actually assign this to someone?
Convert to issue. If you create an issue, yeah.
Convert to issue, yeah. Body, yep. Convert to issue. Let's look at our issues. Boom. This is actually quite nice. Assignees, nope. Where is Darko?
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Labels. Bug.
It's a bug. Go. It's a bug. No, okay, cool.
It's not a feature.
It's not a feature.
This is actually very nice because now I want to see what happens on the project board. Because I've known about this. I've never actually used this. Oh, this is awesome. This is actually nice.
But have you seen the roadmaps? Have you seen the roadmaps from GitHub, like what we use on the like containers and CloudFormation? It's basically this.
No.
Yeah. So if you like look at the for example CDK roadmap, try CDK roadmap. You will see the entire thing with that. Yeah, and click on the project. Yeah, and
oh, this is nice.
There's the roadmap redirect. I think it's that one.
Sorry, roadmap redirect.
Scroll down, redirect. Yeah. There we go. So that's how it works.
Nice. Okay, so we can actually see things over here.
Yeah.
This is actually nice. Okay, cool. So Darko, you have got the first issue assigned to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sweet.
I'll need to figure out how to kill that animation.
Okay, so we were over here, and we wanted to look at that pull request, the actual output. Sorry, I'm clicking. This is nice. Show all checks.
Yeah.
Preview details. So this details takes you.
Nothing. It's just conducted as a success. It doesn't show you. If you can click on the view more details, it will take you to the link. There you go.
Yeah, would it be nice actually if I had the preview URL in here so you can just go open.
That's the URL. Cobus.
No. I hear you. But what I'm saying is.
No. Show all. If you view more details, click on that.
Yeah, I'm clicking on that. Yes, but what I'm saying is UX. If I went show all checks, be able to click on something here, that would have been awesome. If there was maybe a little bit of text here. Yeah, okay. I'm just being difficult because I'm lazy. I don't want to click this much. Because remember, I have my new mouse. Ooh, look, it even shines. And I want to save this one. The previous one only lasted 10 years. I want to make this one do at least 15, okay?
Okay.
I'm joking. It'll probably last longer because I'm not playing as many button mashing games. But I mean, that's not bad. 10 years for a mouse I'm quite impressed.
It has paid itself out, so.
Yeah, no, definitely. Cool. Okay, we've got all of this running. We've got our preview branches. Now let's merge. Do you approve this? Actually, let's set that up because that's something that's super useful as well. Branches, for those not familiar, you can actually do things where you say branch protection rules. So let's add a rule. We're going to say cool. Require pull request reviews. Yeah. Required reviewers 1. That's fine. You can actually then. So what you can do is, if you're a big enough organization, you can actually assign people that are responsible for reviews, and you cannot merge before then. Obviously, for us, there will always be the nice red override as admin button.
Yeah.
So let's quickly do that. This is also quite a fun one. I do believe my commits should be. Actually, my commits won't be signed. Let's quickly double check. I have not set that up. No, they're not. Cool. Issues. Oh, no, sorry. Project. So for those not familiar with this is that signing commits is where you use a something like GPG to actually sign each commit to validate that it is actually you that actually made that commit. And then when you, for example, let's say that key is compromised, you can actually pull that key, because remember, at the end of the day, you want to confirm that the code that we're pushing is legitimate code. So by using the signing, it's something you have to do on specific machines. You have to set it up. There's additional security around it. So every time I commit, I would punch in my SH keys, passphrase, as well as something that allows me to sign. That could be a UB key, a passphrase, local GPG, etc. A couple of things, which means that I'm validating this code actually came from my machine. Because let's say someone compromises the GitHub repo and starts pushing code, they'll just have in there because it's not verified. So we kind of want that. That's a good thing. So let me add a task here. Set up code signing for verification. Got no idea how to do that on Windows subsystem for Linux, but we will figure that out. And let's enable this. Create. Cool. Oh, rule is not valid. Why? Oh, branch pattern name. Right.
Require.
Cool. Yep. Cool. Create. So that was actually not the rule name.
Yeah.
Actually, branch pattern. Can I do this? Is that the regex? No. How do you do? GitHub branch pattern all except main. Okay, this one probably.
That's GitHub Actions.
Yeah, but what you can do over here, not.
Yeah, you can do exclamation, but.
You know what? I think this might be a special keyword. Let's just quickly check. No, it doesn't. That's interesting. Why doesn't it not pick up our?
Does this support regex as well? It's a pattern.
I have no idea.
I guess it should. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's see. GitHub branch pattern except protect. Let's add that keyword and see what we get. There we go. So pattern. There we go. Pattern. If and match syntax. Anybot release. You can do that.
And there's a question from Charlie. Can you do this the same thing for all repos in an organization, or is this per account?
I wonder if you can do that on org level. We can check quickly. So let's do that. Go to settings. Repository defaults. This rings a bell. Here we go. This is something we definitely want. Updates. Cool. No, it's just labels and repository defaults. Maybe on security.
Viva's main didn't work as well, so neither of them worked. So the regular expression didn't work at all. So,
but let's quickly just this that I grab if and match wildcard match documentation. Let's see. Matches everything. Matches single character. Exclusion patch. This doesn't help. Requires the negate flag or negate flag. If also using the minus gate flag, it will use instead of that. What's the minus gate flag? Okay. You know what we're going to do for now? Let's just... I still don't understand. So let's see if we do E.
I mean...
Oh, wait.
We can cover this at one other point, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
We don't have any PR branches.
I think we'll... I just want to quickly make sure that it actually just... Okay, there we go. So at least it applies. So I think if you can jump on the PR and approve it quickly. Just to show you what this actually does is that... Oh, that's interesting. It didn't pick it up. We'll have to fix this next time then. Okay, let me pop that on my notes, because we will now, as we've been promising for multiple episodes, start
but
making
this
proper
pull
show
request
notes.
has already been verified, right? So
Yeah.
if I click on merge, actually, I cannot merge it. So
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll fix that for next time. Sorry, I need to look sideways to be able to type my password because there are. Oh, that's why.
I don't have a right access to this repository, Cobus. Somehow.
Ah, you only have the wrong access. Is that it?
Yeah.
Let's fix that. No, it's on the repo level settings. Member privileges. Nope, we need to up you. So teams. There we go. No teams. Where do we get that? Oh, there we go. People. There we go. Oh, Darko is also people. Change role. I don't know. Hey, do I trust them?
Maybe. How does one delete repositories now?
Yes. And oh, Keybase. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks, Lost Cause. I do have Keybase. I do not have it set up on this machine yet. That is actually a great use of Keybase to sign commits.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we are on the top of the hour and a half. We're gonna have to jump off now.
Yep.
So, today we've built a website from scratch using Hugo, a custom theme, and AWS Amplify Console. Now, we've done some magic with GitHub as well. We played around with a lot of things, and we plan to host all the content regarding episodes of Bean Streaming and the podcast upcoming and all that stuff. It's going to be hosted on this site. Now, if you go there, it's available right now, but there's nothing on it, so it's useless. So, but expect more content from us coming there during this week. So, Cobus, thank you very much for setting this entire thing up. And the website is running. Yeah, I made a merge, so it should be.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
cool. Yeah, it's here. Here we can see it's actually now kicking off. So awesome.
So
yeah,
that's very cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Cobus. And stay tuned on social media because we're going to be announcing when are we going to be doing the late evening streaming on the Rocks thing. So
yes,
stay tuned for that. We need to figure out what is the best date to do that. Once again, thank you, everybody, for joining. And we will be seeing you sometimes later this week. Bye-bye.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.